welcome to the Moose Hunt Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Fickett, and tonight is awesome because we are set up at remote camp.
Doesn't get
And
better than
this
that.
is,
Camp.
I mean,
Wow.
Jesus, I'm what, 4 or 5 years into this, and we haven't
Holy
done a remote
moly.
camp yet, and this is exciting.
This is something here. Holy
Super.
moly.
This is cool.
Yeah, we're all pretty stoked
Yeah.
about this. So it's a Friday night. We're all just sitting around, chilling out. Figured we'd talk about how September went. We're just about to roll into the October bull season,
Yep.
and the woods is looking great. It's finally cool. Finally feels like fall. So let's see how everybody's September went. How'd you guys do?
It was cool. I think you guys, I mean, you pretty much ran the other side of the lake there.
Yep.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
So you guys, I mean, we're over there, and I bounced around from the other spots that we have on this side of the lake. So that was pretty awesome. But yeah, how'd you guys do? I haven't really even broke down with a lot of you guys. It's been sort of chaos, you know. You get out there real quick.
It's crazy.
and
It's because, like, the last couple of years, it's been the 2 weeks in between the two seasons, the September Bowl and the October Bowl, but it still seems it's like complete chaos. It goes by like that.
Yeah.
Like
way
insanely fast. Like it
Way
makes you
quick.
realize, like, how the heck did we do it with just 1 week in between?
I mean, to try to get home and deal
Yeah.
with home life in between that you missed out on, and then, I mean, shoot, at the camps, we went right into
Another day
I
of the
mean,
week.
clients
Yeah.
left Sunday morning, and we had a new set roll right in. So it was pretty.
for the hound hunts.
Yep,
for
for
the
the
Bears,
hound hunts
yeah.
for the Bears. So it was a
Yeah.
pretty epic performance by the camp crew. So awesome. But yeah, so you guys, let's hear it. How'd it go?
Yeah, actually, before we go into that, let's. I don't think we've done a official introduction with new to the team. Eric
Oh,
Childs
yeah.
here.
Holy
He
smokes.
was on our Q&A episode.
Yeah.
We didn't actually do official introductions for that episode, so let's do that. Let's do. Who are you? Where are you from? What's your experience?
Yeah, so as Rob said, Eric Childs from Southern Maine, Kittery, Maine, long-time moose hunter. I got started real young with the family. Went on my first moose hunt and harvested the day before I turned 13. That got me absolutely hooked.
Wow, that's young. That's awesome.
Yeah. And been guiding for 5 years now. And joined OMM this year, and really excited about it.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely.
We're glad to have you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah, Eric was with me at the camps this year, and it was great having him in camp. So
Yep.
it's good stuff.
Yep.
It was a great time.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah. It was a good group.
Yep.
Tell us about it. Roll into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hear it.
So September hunt week, there was a handful of hunting parties out of the camps. We had 5 tags.
Something like that. Yep. Yep.
Great group of people, right? Great group of guides, great group of hunters. Everyone had a good time, got along, a lot of laughs had. I think most people are probably tracking on at this point, but the conditions were tough.
Oh, dude,
Right.
the weather was
Wow.
atrocious.
Wow.
But I had a great group of hunters. I had a couple of brothers. The younger brother was the permit holder, and like my first moose hunt, he was 12.
Nice.
So I found that really cool.
Yeah.
Got out there first thing Monday morning in the dark, waiting for daylight, and we had cows and bulls talking to each other right out of the gate. Couldn't get them to be responsive, but it was really nice to hear them down there in the woods talking to each other. Fast forward a little bit, midday Monday, we had gone on a nice little walk out through the woods, and we were walking up the edge of a brook, and the brook kind of dog-legged back to the road, and we were working in that direction, and it was in a ravine, and there was a cut on either side, and the wind was coming from the right to the left, so we went up in the left cut around a big set of spruce blowdowns, and just after we get past those blowdowns, we're out in the bright light, and when you look down in the ravine, and there's a moose standing there at 50 yards in the dark. And
Yeah.
I throw my binoculars up, and I can just see the bases off the head. The rack's hidden. I can't really tell what it was. And I look at the client, and I go, "That's a bull. You can shoot him if you want." And I get the stick set up for him, and he's just about to put the rifle on it and the moose turns and goes, and when he goes, he's a really nice bull. I mean, tall paddles, and it was just one step back into the alder thicket, and he was gone.
Yep, never to be seen again.
Never to be seen again, out of our life. So that was
Yep.
that was a really good Monday. We started out on high hopes, but then with the conditions, it turned into a grind for us. And we went Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Not a lot happening for us. But then Friday morning, and again, the client was awesome. He was into it the whole time, always positive. Friday morning, we go to our first spot, and we're down in the back of a cut, and we spend about an hour and a half down there. And I don't know if you guys experienced this, but first time I've been on a moose hunt where the mosquitoes could drive you out of the woods.
Dude, it was nuts.
Oh
man.
my God!
Yeah,
So
there's
we're standing.
I'm gonna go into that when I talk
Are you?
about my
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're in the back of the cut, just getting eaten alive. And after about an hour and a half, I can tell that the clients are just absolutely done with it, and we got to do something else.
Yeah.
So we turn around and we start working our way back up the cut, and there was a really nice skidder trail along the right-hand edge, and the cut was kind of shaped like an hourglass, wide at the road, narrow, and then wide at the back. And as we come back up towards the road where it starts to widen out again, where we can start to see to the right, and I had been cow calling as we walked out, kind of almost just messing around, not really taking it serious. And as we round that corner, here comes a bull. Nice little bull, 8-point, and he's at like 80 yards, and I get the 12-year-old on the sticks, and he's the corner set up where he's not really out in the open yet. There's a handful of little spruces, and I lean over to him. I go, "You don't have to wait till he clears those spruces. Pick a hole between them." And he gets down on the sticks, and it felt like it took forever. It was probably only a couple seconds,
Yeah.
but he got down on the sticks, and he squeezed a round off, and just instant bulls down.
Nice.
Never took a step. And I mean, he was on cloud 9, and the stress of a long, slow week totally gone. So that was awesome.
It's funny how it happens like that, though.
yeah.
You think it's all
Hero,
done and you're walking
0
out,
to hero,
but-
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
So that was awesome. There was tons of help around. I think by the time that we were starting to pack, there was 5 or 6 trucks up on the road. And the best part was we were working back to the road, right? So the moose was within 100 yards of
Yeah,
the log of the
that's
road.
awesome.
It was really easy pack. And then icing on the cake, the client had a bear tag too. So we ran his moose back to the camps, got it tagged, got it in the cooler, and we zipped right back out. And within 3 or 4 hours of killing his moose, he also got his main black bear. So
That's awesome.
He had
Moose and a bear in one day.
moose and a
That's
bear
awesome.
one day at
Epic.
12 years old.
Yeah.
So
moly.
He's gonna have a hard time topping that.
Yeah.
That's for
Yeah.
damn sure.
he's got some work to do.
Yeah.
So,
Holy
and
smokes.
again, the family was great. They were awesome people to be around. Loved hanging out with them, and
Yeah.
hope they're successful moving forward with all the hunting stuff.
Absolutely. It was awesome seeing. So I was in camp 2 years ago when that same family was here, and I remember seeing that same kid, and I remember him playing in the ditches at the
Yeah,
camps,
he
chasing
was
frogs.
so
You know,
strong, yeah.
like he was so stoked about chasing
Yeah.
frogs back then,
Yeah.
and now he's here smashing a moose and
Yeah.
a bear in the same day. Like
Yeah.
that's.
I mean,
It's cool. how
pretty
it comes around
awesome
like
that you're able to do that in the state, and the state offers something like that.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, hats off to you guys as guides to, do that. Like
what an epic day.
Epic. Are you kidding
Awesome
me?
day.
Nonetheless, like a
crazy.
12-year-old, like that's a.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna go back and tell all his friends.
Oh,
Can you
100%,
imagine that
yeah.
going to school,
long
being like,
time.
"What'd you do? Well,
Yep.
this is what I
He's
did."
a hero now.
Like
Yeah.
epic. So I mean, hats off to you guys
Yeah.
for that, for sure.
Yeah, it's
That's-
pretty. Even the people that like follow like OMM on social media
Yeah.
and stuff. I think like one of the video of him packing his head out was
Yep.
on there and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
he got to pack his own head out and stuff. That's pretty
And
sweet.
then have a brother there with you. Holy
Yeah.
smokes, huh?
Yeah,
Epic.
that's awesome.
Well done.
You had a similar story to that, didn't you?
Really similar. Yeah, extremely
Wait,
similar.
what?
Yeah. So the same thing. Monday morning, we had a bull that I had found, good bull, had him fired up. He was raking trees and grunting at us. He was mad. Coming towards us, and then the wind changed. It just right towards him. there was cows and other small bulls around. One of them winded us. They blew out of there. That was the end of the Monday morning. Everything was going like too perfect Monday morning. So then after that, it got warm. And we gave that spot a rest for a day. Went some other places. Went back in there on Wednesday first thing. And just snuck out there while the wind was good. Got to the back. And there was not the big bull we were after, but a pretty good bull. He was out there, and client said, "Yeah, I'm cool with shooting that one." I was like, "All right, let's do it." He had his grandmother with him. It was one of the brothers of Eric's client. Had his grandmother with him as the sub permit, and we got that bull out there. Fell on a hornet's nest. So I go over, and I was all excited, and get stung by a bee. Get stung again. My wife Meg was with me. She filmed it. She got out there, got stung by 2 bees. It was like, wow. So got that moose out of there first thing, and same deal. That was Wednesday, 2 days before Eric, and we got the moose out back to camp, put it in the cooler, tagged it, and then right back out with the houndsman, and we got him a bear that same day. So 2 brothers, and they both got bear and a moose in one day each, different days. The day in between, I took the 3rd brother out for a bear hunt. He got a bear with grandma with him.
Wow.
And actually, so my client Wednesday, he got the bear with his grandfather there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So grandma was there for the moose. Grandpa was there for the bear. It's like crazy. Awesome.
Absolutely.
You know what's even cooler is the brothers got their moose in the same cut.
Yeah, it was
Same
Just
spot.
a couple
was the
yards
same
away
cut.
from each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
dude.
Because you
It's
write a
crazy.
better
That's what was
script.
awesome.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Super strange and super cool.
Yep.
I
Super
mean,
like we're so lucky to be part of these memories.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
crazy. It blew my mind when I was there. Like
Yeah.
being part of that family.
Yeah.
Just so cool.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome experience that you guys provided there, and that's, I mean, like you guys are saying, what a pleasure that we could to take part in it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
Like,
that's the most fun part of guiding
That's-
for me.
that's
is like
it,
just
right?
being part of the
yeah.
whole experience and the hunt.
It's
Yeah.
an adventure every
Yeah,
time.
so many
Yeah.
different
It's
people
always-
each year too.
Yeah.
Like you don't know like the backgrounds or whatever. It's so many walks of life. It's
Yeah.
I mean 12-year-old and then a whole camp are like brothers. You know, it's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty
It really
awesome
was.
experience.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I would do that again.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Yeah. Next
Yeah.
September.
In a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was super funny about that wasp nest or hornet's nest, whatever that it fell on? I remember. So you sent across the group chat that like, hey, bull down, dying on a wasp nest.
Yeah.
And I'm allergic, so it came across. I think you said you're allergic
Yeah,
too.
I
Yeah.
am,
So it
yep.
came across the group chat,
Awesome.
and I'm looking at it where I was deep into my hunt with my client, and like we were like down in the. I was at the point of my hunt where I was like, do I go back or do I just keep pushing forward? Because
Yeah.
it was like in some deep crap, and
Yeah.
it's just like you try. Anyways, so I'm looking at the message on my phone, and I'm like, I look at my client, and I was like, one of the boys got a bull down. And he's like, oh, that's awesome, that's cool, but it died on a wasp nest. And he's like, oh. I was like, do you want to go help? And he was like, I want to go check it out, but like, I don't want to get stung. And I was like, I'm allergic too, so let's just keep working through this.
I figured it was good information.
Yeah.
to put out there
Yeah.
Before you come.
Yeah, and the way I took him out was way worse than the way we went in. And when we finally popped. It came to one point where I was going through like this plantation, and we finally got to this one point. And I looked back at him, and I was like, "Are you all right?" And he's like, "Let's just get out of this." And I'm like, "Okay, that means business. Let's go."
Yeah.
Yeah, get back to the road. And I'm like, "You want to go look at that bull now?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's way better than what we were just in." I'm like, "All right, sounds good." Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yes, I had a pretty interesting,
Yeah.
September, and I don't even know how it happened. To be brutally honest with you.
But
That was
I
pretty
mean,
fun.
most of first, I mean, your guy was strictly bow. Like,
Yeah, my guy was strictly bow
no,
and
like,
strictly trophy.
yeah,
Yeah, my guy wanted
Yeah.
50 plus mature and only with a bow.
Yeah.
And I only had a gun in my truck as if it was a dispatch option that
Right, right,
last
yeah.
resort needed to
Yeah.
happen.
yeah.
And,
So that's pretty awesome though to like have your.
That was my first bow hunter.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
my first bow hunter
Yeah.
guiding. That was pretty cool. it would have been sweet to watch him schwack one. And I'll actually go into this when I talk about my hunt because it was so close. I mean, like so stupid close. But it started out good. You know, Sunday morning went out scouting. I saw 7 moose Sunday morning. Videoed a bunch of them. It was pretty sweet. Had high hopes. Monday, absolutely nothing. I went into
typical.
Monday morning where I saw the moose, bulls on camera, fresh pits. Went in there. You know, you start off the morning, you do your first call. Like I think I went in and I just raked this tree. Silence. Damn it, there's no moose here. And you just keep going. You're just grunting and raking all the way. You're like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna play the motions. Anyway, so Monday, nothing. Tuesday morning, went back to the same spot, but went like the opposite direction because the woods was different. Nothing. Tuesday night actually ended up pretty awesome. Called the bull in, and we were working this road down to a very known beaver flowage to us. Worked this road down to the bottom and up on the ridge from the bottom where we were at. So it's like he was probably listening to us the whole way from where I started. And he popped off up on the top of the ridge to the right. I was like, oh, that's a bull. And he just came running. I mean, like as if a horse was running through a pasture. Grunting the whole way in, and I was like, that's a bull, that's a bull, that's a bull. So I set him up across the road from me, and I pop into the other side of the road, and I keep calling to draw him across the road so he can sling him because he's got a bow, so he's got to be close. And that thing halts. He comes running, and you could see the dirt stomping in the ground from him halting right at the edge of the spruces, right at the edge of the plantation. So my client saw him. I saw him, but my client saw him, had a shot, and he just stops and just stands still. And I was like, damn. So I'm like trying to call behind me a little bit to get him to draw across the road. He doesn't do it. He ends up circling around the back of the client and just starts raking this spruce tree, tearing the raspberries up, scrapes the floor, pisses in it, starts rolling the front part of his body in it, and both of us are just like, wow, this is awesome. Like, he's probably like 10 yards from the client, and I'm across the road, so like 30 yards. It was pretty cool. Anyway, so like I said, what we were saying, my client only wanted, a 50 or plus. He passed on it. It was all cool. But I was talking about the mosquitoes. So the mosquitoes were horrible that night. So this bull ends up like doing his thing, rolling his own pit and stuff, and ends up running away back to the beaver flowage. And then finally I hear like splashing in the water, like, and this cow lights off, like, and I was like, oh, she doesn't want him to be there. And so I'm like, I run over to him and I was like, hey, like, we're done, obviously, because you didn't want him. And then so I'm talking to him and I was like, but the bull's still down there. You want to look at him, like through the binos and stuff? And he's like, we need to get back to the truck right now. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh man, like what happened? And he starts walking a little bit and he pulls his face mask down and he's like, they were biting my eyes behind my glasses. And he's like, if I even had drawn on that bull and it presented an opportunity and a mosquito bit me in my trap and I flinched, he's like, I would have screwed it up. So he's like, I'm happy that wasn't a good one.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was just, and then finally when we got back to the truck and I looked at him and it was just red bumps all everywhere.
Man.
And I was like, oh man, those skeeters were bad.
They were this year.
Yeah. So that was Tuesday. We had a good encounter, I should say. Absolutely nothing Wednesday. Thursday morning, we went to this other known spot that we have. One of our clients killed an awesome one down there last year, so I figured we'll give it another try this year. Kind of just a Hail Mary on Thursday. You hunted your good spots, and you're just like, yeah, we'll go try this. Went down in, hunted this area, and then, it was like, I think I even said, like, you know what? Screw it. One more time. Smashed this tree, let out a couple grunts, and then just grunting in the distance. And this thing, we worked him for probably 45 minutes.
Yep.
Like, every time I grunted, he grunted. I grunted, he grunted. I smashed, he smashed. I smashed, he smashed. I'd go one tree closer, he'd come, 15 yards closer. Anyways, it took this long time. And then finally, I broke that one tree barrier, and he just came in committed. It came to the point where I saw the tree smashing right in front of me, like on the other side of these spruce trees, and I was like, he's coming in my path. So I move off to the path. My bow hunter is about 5 yards to the left of me, and I was thinking he was going to come right between us, and so he would have a shot. Well, hopefully not hit me, but he would have a shot. And the bull finally, as soon as he gets probably 10 yards in front of us, circles to wind us. So I pop my wind fire, and I'm like, damn it, my wind is blowing right where he's walking. And he's walking, and he stops in this spruce tree opening 5 yards from me. I mean, like, I could see the whites of his eyes. And he just stops in this opening, and he's staring at me. My bow hunter is 5 yards to the left of me. All he can see is a spruce tree in front of him. And I'm staring at this smasher, and I'm like, oh, man. And I'm like, that's a good bull, go bull. You got him, you got him. And he's like, I can't see him. I'm like, oh, no. And he just got tired of staring at me, and he just meandered off, grunted his way out of there, and I'm grunting, raking, trying to walk towards him. Nothing happened after that. And I was like, oh, man. Wow. And then, you know, my client, he had to leave early Saturday morning. He was already planning to leave Saturday afternoon anyways, just for some family stuff. And then I guess he had to leave earlier Saturday just for family emergency stuff. And that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yep.
And so then, you know, Saturday, I think I went out to help some people, and I went to the spot Saturday morning, and boom, bull in the middle of the road. Yep. And I came across the radio, and I was like, bull, 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 right in front of me. Let's go, bull, 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 bull. And they got there like 5 minutes later, and he was just on. He was on a mission. You can see in the video. I think if people follow us, they could see the video I posted. It's just bull trotting across the road, just meanders off. He was on a mission looking for cows, and he was gone. Yeah. And then other than that, I had a sweet encounter with a drop tine bull.
Yeah.
Jeez, that was that Tuesday morning?
Yeah.
Tuesday morning. Yeah, so I was heading into a spot Tuesday morning, and this was this was random because Ryan, one of the other guides that we had, he ran into him 15 minutes before I did.
Yeah, way
in the same exact spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, we're on this road, and you come in, and the bull was just standing on the side of the road. He had these awesome drop tines. If you follow us on Facebook or whatever, YouTube or whatever, watch this video. It's pretty sweet. So this bull is just standing on the side of the road, and the other guy, Ryan, pulls up, and the bull's like walking up to his window and stuff, just grunting away, and he's videoing the same thing. And then 15 minutes later, I roll in, and it's on this, I'm not going to say the road, but we're rolling down this road, and you take the sharp left turn, and he's right there. And they just graded this road. It just rained the night before, and I slam on the brakes, and I skid like 50 feet. And so I'm skidding, and both Eddie and I, we're both like, oh! It's like, you're turning, but you're still going straight, but you're like turning the wheel.
Yeah,
and you're like,
ice. You're on ice.
Yeah, and you're just like, boom, then it stops, and the bull's right there, and he's just like, whoa. It's Eddie and I are like, oh, that's pretty cool. So we like start taking this video, and he's like walking into the road, and we follow him for like a mile. Yeah, about a mile. And then finally he's just like, I don't know what these guys are doing. And so then he turns back towards us, and he walks up. He gets so close to my fender, he's licking my fender. He's licking his chops, and then like he rubs his nose in my fender, and then he licks my fender, and then he's just like starts posturing the truck, and like, look, I don't have my actual verbiage in the video. But it's I had to turn the video off, and we had to like knock on the window and be like, hey, and then finally he was like, started going back down the road. And so at this point, I said to you, I was like, hey man, I got a bull in front of me, and so you got behind me, and you pull up behind me, and you're like, oh. Yeah, look at that.
Walk down the road in front of you,
Yeah, he pops in the woods, and I think you went in after him. You saw him, didn't you?
Yeah, we got down to him and a cow and a calf down at the bottom of the winter road, and I saw him, and I'm like, oh yeah, he was ready to fight, so I'm going to rake a tree, and he's going to come fight me. I raked, and he did the same thing, like, turned.
Which is so, I don't
booked
understand
it
that.
out of there. He was
so
terrified.
Weird.
Yeah, all talk.
Yeah. That stinks. And that for those of you that have been commenting on the Facebook video and the YouTube short, that bull did it. did get shot.
Yeah, yeah.
2 days later by a local local guy.
AJ.
Just stuff good for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Congrats,
AJ.
AJ, on that. Good job, man.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a sweet, cool bull.
Yeah.
Awesome
Yeah.
looking.
I mean, you get to that, it makes you wonder. Like, you have a situation like that, and then, like you're saying, you went in there, you saw him, he had the cow and the calf, and you raked, and he's gone, right? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? How can they be that stupid to
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like,
And then what? An hour later,
Yeah.
you go with
not
like he's
even.
posturing the truck
Yeah.
Yeah.
and grunting the whole time
Yeah.
with 2 trucks,
Yep.
and then you go in an hour later and he's like, nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
Dipset.
Deuces. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
So
pretty
it's
random.
it's like you never really
Yeah.
know.
Hard to read.
It's like, and I think that was like the moral of the story for September, right? Like,
Yeah.
what are they doing?
What
Where
is
are they
going on?
doing it, and why?
Yeah.
That's like the big story from, looking back at the season, back at the recap from what we've talked to everybody. Like, what were they doing and why?
Yep.
And I think it really was dependent on your area. Like, I know we've talked about this and on like other podcasts and everything, but zone dependent.
Yeah.
Was
Even area dependent. I mean, like it seemed like even Nate said it later in the week. He was like, I think out to here at the camps is way harder than everywhere else right now.
It was very odd. Like,
It was
I had,
weird, man. Other
know,
than like
it was weird.
that drop time encounter and the random bull I saw on the road, like there wasn't really like much going on.
No.
Not a lot
Compared
of
to
natural
last
movement.
season,
Yeah.
last season was insane at the camp.
So yeah, and I mean, you think about it, like, so what changed from that? Time wise, right?
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing. We're earlier than we've almost ever been.
Plus the
for a
weather, the
hunt.
heat.
The heat.
They're bedded
I
more
mean,
during
we
the day.
saw,
Yeah.
and then frost. There wasn't a frost up here.
No.
In certain areas, yeah, maybe out towards the extremes, out towards the 2 and 1, you might have had a couple here and there, but we didn't have it in our particular areas. We had the cold stretch, and it was weird. I mean, it's from what we were seeing, observing boots on the ground and camera wise to what it laid out. It was very odd. It was very odd. So yeah, I guess I'll jump in here.
Yeah.
Why not?
Right?
All right,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
new
yeah.
up here.
How was
so-
your week, dude?
I mean, I had a very eventful week. It was awesome. It was really cool. I bounced around, was able to help out a bunch of guys and hump out a bunch of meat. So
No, that's awesome.
it was
Yeah,
sort
it
of old
works.
school
Yeah.
on that route. It was pretty awesome. But I started in an area that we have, been in with a single client Monday morning. Had my spot all picked out. Thought I was there early enough. I thought this is how early I thought it was. Like, parked at the end of the road, got the hunting gear on, and started walking up the road. And then got like maybe 3/4 of the way up, and then I heard something. And then we looked at each other, me and the client, and I'm like, let's just keep walking a little bit further. And this is light. This is shooting light. And I at this particular spot, the sound can carry a lot. So I didn't even get out of the vehicle to do anything until shooing light. So even though we were parked way away from where I wanted to hunt.
I do the same thing.
And it was sufficient enough to where I thought it was good enough, but still, it was a ways from where we wanted to hunt anyways. And, the road, whatever, it was what it was. So we got up in there, and we get about halfway, and then I hear it again, and I'm like, nope, that's the E-call. So, so I was like, yep, no, let's bail. And that was a big chunk of my morning area that I had planned, but we always say you got to have A, B, C,
Oh, yeah.
D, E, F,
Case in
G.
point.
Yep.
Yeah, you never know.
You always got to go. So I'm late. I'm grinding my gears. I'm mad about the whole situation, but there's nothing you could do. Like, what's that going to do? And it's just like hitting me, whatever. It is what it is. So then I get into this other piece. The wind was wrong. That's why I didn't want to go there. But I'm like, if I can just hear something.
Yeah.
and then
But if you can hear something, you can play the wind to try to get around.
that was it. And there was a lot of options off this piece, and but the foliage, that was the one thing. Like it was thick out there, man.
It was beautiful.
It was,
but it was thick.
And man, it was a jungle, and then feed sources. You're looking at like, where are they? They're not. Well, they're everywhere. You know what I mean? They're freaking everywhere. So, like, it was just like I knew it was gonna be a needle in a haystack based on it, but you know, had the concentration of where they were, anyways. So we get in there on this second piece, and I made my first mistake. I pushed it too far with the truck. Knew it driving in. I'm like, I should have parked over here. But I was just like, I have to get to this spot. I had it in mind. I was already antsy about being late. Didn't listen to my gut. Didn't listen to God, what he was telling me. And I went right in. Not like right in, but just push that fringe.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we talked about in the morning. Oh, I park a ways away. Well, same thing anytime you go to your spot that you're going to hunt. Park a ways. Like, anyways. Rookie, like, just kicking myself as I'm driving in. You know what I mean? Like,
what am I doing?
What am I doing here? All to save freaking 300 yards. But anyways, so immediately, like, so we were already sort of hunt ready, you know, gear wise, had it all set. You know, my pack and my calls were in the back seat. We park. I open the door immediately. As soon as I open the door, I smell bull.
Oh no!
Like reeking of bull, and I'm like, well, last time I was in here, there wasn't a pit, and this was this didn't smell pit, like didn't smell pit. So I'm like, he's here. So I tell my client, like, 2 bullets, load him now. He's here, and he's like, sort of looking at me, but he, you know, it's the one thing. Fortunate enough in doing this, you get clients that sometimes are guides themselves elsewhere or outfitters themselves, so have experience. He saw that look in my eye, and immediately he knew like, okay, it's go time. It is go. Like, silently, like, I don't even think the doors were latched. I didn't even care.
Yeah, at that point,
it was just, you know, gear in there, whatever. Grabbed what I needed to, grabbed the scap, grabbed the call. Okay, follow me, let's go. And the wind was wrong, and I'm like, you know, I didn't even wait a second. I just went in, and I immediately tickled and heard him. And I was like, okay. But he was going away. And I'm like, man, he's buggered. Heard the truck.
Yep.
100% in my mind, he heard the truck. But I heard paddle. So I'm like, well, gotta make, you know, it's worth it at this point. Knew the situation, knew if he went this way or that way, worst case, if he did that, leave him. I could come back around later on. You know what I mean? Leave him. He didn't smell us, but I knew he heard the truck. So I'm like, holy smokes. And then, like, okay, he's X amount away. I'm this amount away. I heard him. How do I make that up? And I made the ground up that I needed to. I hit the paddle again, and then I could hear him stop and turn. And I'm like, oh. And then we looked.
Did you switch to play the wind?
Nope.
Or did you just keep going?
Just kept
straight
going.
at him?
Straight at him. And I didn't even have time to get any of my scent out.
I was going to say,
anything.
were you spraying piss at all?
Didn't have any time. Didn't even grab any of it.
Just close the distance.
I was just at that point, close the distance. I knew the road system, knew what was ahead of me. Basically, I knew what was ahead of me. Got to the bend where we could see the bend in the road, and there he was. But it was foggy. It was extremely foggy that morning, and saw what he was. Looked at the client. I'm like, and he was after a certain number of species for the North American, and specifically the East, moose-wise too. Looked at him, made a quick judgment, like, man, he's going to be close to 50. Like, this is something we're going to want to take. He's like, yep, okay, I'm good with it. So, and that's, you know, not to say I knew what I was looking at, because I misjudged him anyways, but, like, trust your guide. If your guide tells you like
Yeah.
what you're looking at, pay attention to that. Or if anybody in your hunting party that knows what they're looking at, like trust them. So I got a quick glimpse of them at 100, it would say 150 yards through the fog. Saw him. He saw us, couldn't tell what we were. I
Yeah.
had the paddle up. He could see that we were a bull and sort of just like went down the road. And I was like, okay, like, what do I do here? Made a split decision, covered that 100 yards extremely quickly. And luckily he could mimic my steps and basically sounded silent getting down
Did
that
he stay
road.
close to you?
Yeah,
You did?
right on me.
Nice.
And I went silent. I went mum. After we saw him and he turned, I went mum. Made up my ground. Made one couple little finesse moves, and then he stopped and answered, and I was like, okay, it's gonna happen at this point. And he turned, and then there he was.
Yeah.
He was right there. He had turned to come back to see who I was.
Yeah. You got in that comfort bubble.
Got in the bubble, and it was quick. I mean, this was all within the matter of, I would say, from the time we got out of the truck to shots fired was 7 minutes.
Love it.
Really?
Like,
Love it.
Insane.
Yeah.
As we are hearing the e-call at our
Yeah.
other spot
Yeah.
blare away.
Yeah.
So, like, that was sort of awesome in that sense.
Yeah.
Really like that.
Love it when it happens like
Was
that.
really awesome where it was able to watch him fall. Got 2 good shots at him. Was worried about where he could have gone. Saw the first shot, was really happy about the first shot, and then obviously, as we say, just anything else after
Yep, keep
that.
firing.
So he was able to actually get quick 3 rounds at him
Nice.
before he turned, because it was similar. I had a flash of your situation,
Yeah.
and that's from last year and where we were and everything. I was like, man, just hammer him, and he did. We were able to watch him fall, which was pretty cool. So it was awesome. We were able to get him propped up, get some good pictures. We was able to. The warden service came by, gave us a good check. Was very polite, very cordial.
Oh, so they came in on you.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was so early in the morning.
Yeah.
He was actually parked up further on
Yeah.
the road system. Heard the shots, keep him down.
Yeah.
Was awesome. Was great. Actually got a photo for us of me and him. So. it
Oh,
was,
cool.
yeah. Very appreciative of that.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So. So that was my first one, and then I was able to, obviously after that was done, got it back to camp really quick, and was able to actually meet Nate on his pack out from that morning, which was really cool.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so was able to meet him and get the whole lowdown and the whole situation, which was really cool. So that'll probably be coming out to YouTube here pretty soon. And then, so that afternoon, that evening, I sort of just helped out, rode around. Everybody sort of had their spots Monday. It was Monday, so there
first day.
wasn't really need for anybody to go anywhere. And it's not like I really gained any intel at the same time from what it was so quick. So we had another permit holder in that zone, and I called him in immediately because I knew that wasn't our 2 targets in the area.
Yeah.
It was like, here you go. Here's everything I know. It was actually Rick. I was like, Rick, here's everything. So he was able to get in there and actually had some cool encounters too. So got out of there, and then Tuesday morning, woke up, pounded some roads, helped the guys out spotting wise, and then Tuesday afternoon, got on Austin's hunt. Austin Reed, who is one of our guides, second year with us, great young guide, awesome, go-getter, just a solid dude. So was able to shove off into his area and sort of, and Caleb was close by with another tag, so we were like, well, this is the most tags over here, sort of like this is, had some mobility issues with clients, let's figure out this area. So that was Tuesday. Tuesday morning, actually, Nate went in there and helped Ben Jandro, same sort of area. Actually, it was like 4.5 miles away from this other area. They got a bull, was able to go in there, recover that one, pack that one out. went home, quick change of clothes, went back out for Austin, put him in a spot, and then basically, at that point you're pretty awesome because you could float around and the stress is sort of lifted.
Yeah,
as we
that's the
say.
great part about tagging out early.
Yeah. Even still, with that many to go on, I knew we had X amount of tags left in the zones area, so if we could punch out a couple other ones here, we could, free up guys to go everywhere. So the plan was to just run and gun, as we say in September sometimes. The sign was there, but in these areas, but it wasn't there. It was odd,
I think
light sign.
Going around today, I have seen more sign today than I saw in September. And by sign, I mean rakings.
Yes.
I think I only found one pit in September. I didn't find any pits today, but I just mean the rakings wise. Road sign was more.
Still have not found a pit. I still have not found a pit yet.
Dude, yeah.
Weird, and the rakings and everything. So we had an idea of the feed. We've been hunting this area for a while, knew the systems and how the cuts work, the road layouts. Had some Nate actually did some great groundwork for us over there. Laid some great cameras out. But even the cameras, they weren't showing what we would expect. Sort of all our hopes up. All of us were all jacked up for it. It was the earliest September. I mean, compared to what we've seen the last couple of years, they're going to be rutting crazy.
Even in known spots.
Known spots that
last year I had smashes on camera. Nothing dead this year. Crazy.
No, and to line it out, looking back on it, you sort of, developed the picture and it really lined out T to what we're seeing now. But for this area, so we went in, Nate did some great laid work. We went in there, the cameras weren't really showing what we would expect. Ben's John Dro's bull that he harvested on Tuesday, actually had him on camera almost 2 weeks earlier, like 2.5 miles away.
Totally different camera?
On totally different camera. Out of velvet too. Yeah. So he was out of velvet the 15th in a totally different area, which is weird. So we went based on that and what other guys were seeing. It was like, okay, I'm going to just go in here and I'm going to do my thing. So I went and checked a couple cameras. Nothing was really happening. Went into the spot. Was like, okay, I've been in there before, knew the layout, and hit a tree and got a response. And I was like, yes. And then I was like, oh, shoot. Where's the clients? Right? You're so excited to get that response.
That's the hard part about helping somebody because you go in there, you get something going, you're like,
how long do I have?
I was like, So I was Scotty Rice was with me, a great helper, a great guy. He'll be guiding next year for us. Has helped come up and helped. Was a client. Same story with a lot of these guys. So. Awesome. So shout out to Scotty, if you're listening. But anyways, he was there. Wind was perfect. That was the one benefit, and I had self-service. Yeah. So I had the truck down below. I left Scotty where he could hear the bull. I'm like, Scotty, you hear, this was his last known location. I dropped everything. I dropped my scap, dropped my call. I had P with me, dropped it. Just everything. Dropped it all, got on the horn, ran back to the truck, basically down the hill. First text didn't go out.
Yep.
Second text did, but the pin didn't go out. Austin knew the idea of the road I said I was going on. But like I always did, typical, don't go to the plan. Went above where I originally said I was going to be. Because I said there was time, I wanted to go back here. Anyways, it was early in the afternoon. It was surprising when I fired him up. Finally got him, and it worked out. It was a long way. It ended up being some time, which is comes into play with what we've said. Spent some time. Finally got him and the client there. I ended up walking way down past where I had parked to stop them because of what happened to me Monday with the trucks. I'm like, I don't even want him to have any idea. If it takes us a half hour to get up to
Yeah.
that spot. At
Yep.
least I got to be at the location. So they roll up there. They get out. I'm like, just get your guns, bullets. That's all you need. Here's your. I had to grab the stick out of my truck, shooting sticks, everything. And I get to my truck, and Scotty's coming down, and he's like, "Dude, he's coming." And I'm like, he sounds like he's burping. That's what he said. And I'm like,
Burping.
yeah. I'm like, yep, yep. And he had grabbed my scap, everything. I'm like, okay. I'm like, and the client, it was a walk,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
intense. I'm like, let's go, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, whoo, take a breather, calm down the situation. All right, let's go. Here's what we got to do. Made it up to the top where I had first fired him up, went there, but he had actually turned around and went back to where his bed was.
Yeah.
He was going back to his bed, and then got him to fire up again. Went in, and me and Austin were able, and Scotty were able to work that situation. Awesome. Called the bull out, came out at 40 yards and dumped him.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good work.
So we were really excited on that. Austin and Scotty did awesome with the client. It was sweet, great pack out, really close to the end of the winter road. We were able to drive right up.
Yeah.
The three of us were able to load him up, get him out of there. Yeah, that was really cool. And then Caleb had some action that night. So we were able to figure out in that piece, basically on Tuesday night, how those moose were working,
Yeah.
which was pretty incredible. So that was the first one that we got out of that piece. The next night, Caleb got one in that piece, doing the same situation. The next morning, Duquette wounded in that piece. They had hit one.
Yeah.
Thursday, he went in and killed one there. Friday, Thursday, me and Caleb had picked up a client because of emergency with another guide. He had to head home. Me and Caleb picked him up. On Thursday, we went into that piece, had some moose going. Friday, I took the client in there and hunted it, and it just ran out of light. Went in. Thursday we ran out of light. Friday morning we went in there, and same situation.
Same spot. Same spot as Thursday
All with it. Yeah, same spot as Thursday night, and I parked a mile this time. I
night. I've
parked
done that a lot.
a mile,
I've done
and
that a
it
lot.
still bit me. The
Yeah.
bigger bull was already walking down the road, heard the truck,
Yeah.
went off, grunted at me, wouldn't do anything.
Which is crazy. I've done that a lot. Parked a mile and a half away.
I didn't expect him to be where
Yeah.
he was coming up the road. I
Yeah.
didn't think about anything with it. Thursday night though,
The
they
wild
followed
animals,
us.
they're gonna be where they want to be.
But Thursday night, they literally followed us to my pickup. It was dark when we were walking up the road. They heard us walking on the road.
Did you have them going?
Oh
when you
yeah,
were
I had
coming?
him going.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Had one go in, we moved in. He stayed there. The other one moved off with the cow and the calf were up high.
When you left Thursday night, did
Silent.
you just shut up and left?
Shut up and just left.
And they
Silent.
still followed you?
He still followed me on the ridge line, and then they met up. The two bulls met up, and we were like, "Ooh!" But I wanted to get out of
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So then we went in there Friday morning. That bull had already walked down the road to not where I had expected, and really hunting wise, it would have been tough.
Yeah.
And because I was raking down the road, he answered as we're going down. He answered on the left side of the road, and there was no play. It's just one of those things. There was no.
So Friday morning, did you park further back
Way
on the
further
road
back.
than where you were? Yeah.
Way further
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
A
I've done
mile
that.
plus from where we
Wow.
had fired him up. And then went in there. That bull was already out. So that told me, it was like a plus and a minus.
Yeah.
That told me that cow wasn't ready. That they heard
Yeah.
in there, and that probably he was a sub dominant bull
Yeah.
rolling around. Which at that point it was Friday. We didn't like the
Yeah.
client was
Yeah.
like,
Nobody,
yes,
they don't care.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was happy. So, and then the second bull actually ended up being in the spot that we had heard him Thursday night, but he wouldn't move, wouldn't come down to the road. Had him just doing everything, wouldn't come down to the road, and made a play on him. Went up above him, And that's what sealed the deal. Actually got above him, and then we killed him at 5 yards.
Oh wow, 5 yards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why I didn't have the camera out, I just, I
Hear
don't
ya.
know. I'm old school. It's tough for me to do
hear
that
ya.
stuff and handle him. My hand was on his shoulder,
Yeah.
going left and right and that's what it was. Every spot that we killed these bulls in that area, it was literally a wall, and I think there was only one that was killed at over 20 yards.
Yep.
So
You had to
it was,
get
and you
up
couldn't see
on
them.
'em.
You
Yep.
couldn't see them. It was everything, and every one of these bulls was bedded down.
Yep.
Bladders were full. The biggest bladder we got was 6. I think you got the picture of it. I'm holding 6 of those bottles.
Yep.
But they were all satellites.
Yep.
Very
You had
interesting.
to get in their bubble,
In their bubble.
out of bed.
Very interesting September. And then other people were cow calling them in. So like it's
Spot dependent, I guess, man. That's
concentration, interesting. So that was 2 different zones that I was in, and I didn't find a pit, and I didn't hear a cowbell out there. That's it.
I didn't hear a cowbell at all. I heard an agitated cow in September.
Yep.
I didn't hear a cowbell at
No.
all.
No.
Even today, I heard agitated cow this morning,
Yeah.
and we saw the pictures from the cell cam. Just a small bull chasing her around.
Yeah. I think this October week is going to be very interesting. I think you're going to find them.
I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pumped up.
I'm stoked as well.
Yeah, stoked. Stoked.
Shout out to Hayden. Stokes.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking forward to
That's
it.
an
but-
eventful September.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Jeez.
it was awesome. I was back to my roots. Did 6 pack outs, feeling good for the big
Nice.
4-0 here.
There
I'm
you go.
feeling it. 2.5 weeks. What are we?
Yeah.
Almost 3 weeks later. I am still feeling it. So.
Jeez. Yeah, you got. I remember last 2 weeks ago, like you guys were hitting it off over here, and us at the camps are just like.
It
what
was
is
so
going on?
odd. It
We
wasn't.
didn't think
it
there was
like-
any moose left. in the
Yeah,
woods.
that's what we thought.
you didn't
Yeah.
hear them though.
Yeah.
It was like you didn't hear.
And then finally
'em.
Saturday we had multiple
Yeah. You guys-
encounters Saturday.
Yes.
I saw the one in the road Saturday morning. They
Yeah.
went in after it.
Yeah.
They heard others Saturday night.
Oh, last night, Saturday,
yeah.
it lit off.
Yeah.
I
Right?
You guys
reaped
had it.
one Saturday midday with Jake and the client and Ryan. That was cool, but it was just like it was slow for us out there. And it's weird. It goes in phases like that,
Yep.
Yeah,
Strange.
pretty crazy. I'm looking forward to October. You've got some sweet drone footage.
Yep.
Yeah,
Seen some
from an
bulls.
October bull.
Pretty cool.
A couple days ago.
Bulls chasing cows. Yep.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's time.
It's awesome out here.
Yeah.
I'm pumped for this.
Yeah, I'm pumped for this
Staying out in
too.
the tents and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
this is sweet. I'm happy to be out here for the 2 nights before
Yeah.
the season
Yeah.
happens.
Glad to have you too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is what we want to do more of.
Yeah.
More of the remote stuff. I know it's like back to your roots of like what you're
This is
you're
what I
used
think
to.
of a main moose
You've
hunt.
done a lot of this
Yeah,
type of stuff.
We're gonna go
and-
shed hunting. In
and
these.
yeah, this is actually going to be a big shout out for the shed hunt that we want to do. We want to do Moose Hunt Podcast shed hunt, and we want to do it remote camp style.
Mm-hmm.
And this is basically what it's going to look like. This was
Yeah.
cool to break the equipment back out
Yep.
and to get it laid out how we want to do it, and basically get used to the equipment again. So we want to do this. We want to do the remote shed hunt
Oh yeah.
for
Yeah.
the podcast.
This would be comfortable.
I know Kenny's fired up about it. We're fired
Yep.
up about
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. We're still in the works and working out the details about a bear hunt,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
multiple,
Yep.
whatever. And
Yeah, so inquire if you guys want to try to like lock down spots or something
Yeah.
like that. Give us an idea of feedback for what we're looking for. Sort of new to us, sort of here doing
Yeah.
this sort of thing. Not the outpost. We've done outposts
Yeah, yeah.
before, is obviously for the hunts, but this whole shed hunt thing, it's really for more so for the listeners and the viewers more so than us.
Yeah, come hang out. I think
Yeah.
I mentioned it before in that
Yeah.
post lottery episode that I did, but it's more just it's going to be just like a good old boys camp. Just come hang out we're just gonna hang out.
Yeah,
basically.
pick our brains, sort of like
Pick our
one-on-one.
brains, chill out, do
not,
some podcasts maybe.
yeah,
just
yeah.
chill out by the fire and
Yeah, have some
go
fun.
walk the woods for some antlers.
Yeah,
walk a
find
few
some
miles.
sheds.
Exactly.
Yeah, put some
Or a few
miles
tens
on.
of miles.
Yeah, a few
Yeah.
tens of miles most likely.
Yes, tens of thousands
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, but it lets you learn the woods too.
Yeah,
I mean,
learn the
not
woods.
not just the woods of if you might hunt it, but just learn the woods in Maine. Like
Yeah.
and then if you ever draw your own tag, you realize that like, oh, this is what it's like walking through the woods
Yeah,
in Maine.
yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
literally see what we have in our packs, what gear. I mean, we do it.
The gear we use.
We do it, but
Yeah.
you can see it 101 and you know, try it out or whatever. We got that stuff. So, but no, awesome. It was a great September. I know, really appreciate the team effort. There was a lot of guides, a lot of helpers as far as our commercial outfit goes, and man, they all crushed it. I mean, 14 for 15 on shot opportunities in this September. I think harvest-wise, it's going to be the lowest harvest I've seen relatively for a September season. I know.
I've seen that like a lot wide though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
talking with other
wide
people and
range.
stuff.
You're looking at, you know, relatively, I mean, we're pretty spoiled here. You're looking at, you know, a 70 to 80% success rate to drop down to
With
about
us, yeah.
60 to 65.
I mean, the state.
That's
Success,
statewide.
The state
yeah.
success was like 52 or something.
Right,
like that, wasn't it?
right. So it's not too bad. I wouldn't don't let it discourage
Nope.
people from putting into the
No,
lottery.
it was conditions.
It's
It
all
was
conditions.
100%.
And you can't control that.
No,
You
it's
can't
hunting.
control nature.
It's hunting.
Exactly.
Come
Yeah.
on, it's all hunting.
Yeah.
As much as we think
Yeah.
it's hunting,
And
You
it's
know,
all about the experience that you
that's
have.
it, man.
Right.
Yeah, like we know
Harvest is a
we know
blessing.
from talking to our people that you know, in case I was unsuccessful and my
Yeah.
dude had a blast.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
saw all kinds.
He
of
had an
awesome
absolute blast.
Yeah,
you know,
great
and it's
camp,
just-
great fellowship. That's what
is
it's
what it
about,
is.
man.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So.
Yeah.
But best of luck to everybody this October. This is
Absolutely.
probably I won't get posted because we're gonna be.
No, it might.
You might get it
Alright.
edited up.
Maybe I'll edit.
Yeah.
I'll edit some tonight and I'll finish it tomorrow.
Oh boy!
And for all those people
Oh,
making the drive up on
boy!
Saturday, Sunday, they can
Wow!
Yeah,
Wow!
now I said it, so I have
Yeah,
to.
like what time is it here? Holy!
Yeah.
Times that Starlink go off anyway.
Yeah. When his truck dies.
You jumped out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Stay. Yeah, keep your eyes out on that shed hunt and that bear hunt.
Yeah.
Good luck if you have a tag in this October. Good luck if you have a cow hunt tag. We'll dive more into that a little bit. We'll do an October recap and all that stuff. But anyways, all right, guys. Have a good week. Take care, and God bless.